What is happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, 1 hour of your time, to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your host, your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful evening. Hope you all are doing great. A lot to tap in on today's show. We have so many stories to discuss and headlines to go over. So I hope you are all buckled up and ready for the ride. Look, I want to also shout out Mr. Philip Noel. Had him on a couple episodes ago for a great conversation. I truly enjoyed it, and he's somebody that will be coming on from time to time, especially because we're in primary season, so we have it's always great to tap into the experts that's really close knit with a lot of the elected officials on a federal level and state level as well. As you know, one of my biggest missions though is to get you all up to speed and knowing what's going on in your local government. That's a major thing, because the local governments really affect your everyday life. Yes, they get the word around from the higher ups, but at the end of the day, you still have your local leaders that can or that are doing a lot within your communities, and that has a lot of power, really, to see what occurs within your neighborhoods and communities. So yeah, I hope to continue to give you that insight on a regular basis. We air new episodes Monday through Fridays, weeknights, Monday through Fridays, available on YouTube, Rumble, all at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also watch us on the Goatverse TV app or Goatverse TV network. We're so honored and thrilled to be a part of this amazing uh growing family at Goatverse TV network. It's free. You can download it on your app store if you happen to be an iPhone user, or Google Play Store. For you Android users out there, it's free. You can also download it on Roku and Amazon Fire. Again, free. All right. No hidden fees, none of that stuff. Just amazing programs, including our show, the Arrington Gavin Show. And you have a variety of from hip hop debate programs, from sports shows, from relationship shows, from uh, uh, in-depth exclusive interviews with some rising stars in the music industry. And then you have me giving you politics and pop culture all in one basket. So we hope that you enjoy and support and download that app, because it is awesome. So I'm honored to be a part of that, a part of Goatverse TV. So you can tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show on demand through that app. You can also listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, or listen to your podcasts. We're available on all major podcast platforms. You can also listen to us through our radio affiliate, WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, out of the Metro Atlanta area. We air reruns of this program Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do me a favor, support them. We're excited and honored again to be a part of their amazing station, giving us the opportunity to help grow our audience and push that narrative in broader spaces. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, follow us on all of our social media platforms: Instagram, Blue Sky, X, formerly known as Twitter, and also Substack. I'm new to the Substack world. It's really, I would say, it's a major platform for a lot of you writers and journalists out there. But I happen to have my own Substack page where I just talk what's off the dome. There's times I get tired of talking. I know, shocker, because I talk all the time. Uh, but there's times where if I don't feel like talking, I'll talk through my fingers. I'll talk through my typing. And so I'll share my thoughts and opinions on certain headlines that occurs within our social media spaces, as well as on the on the national level. So yeah, check us out on Substack. Again, Substack, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and Instagram, all at the Arrington Gavin Show. So I truly appreciate that. Let's get it going, my friends. Let's get it going with our fun fact of the day. We want to get this, our tradition here on the program. Before we move on into some of our headlines, let's go ahead and get today's fun fact of the day started. So on today's fun fact, we're in the theme of fitness, right? We got to take care of our temple internally, but as well as externally as well. Did you know that muscles burn more calories than fat? Did you know? Since you're even at rest, muscles burn more calories than fat, making strength training great for your metabolism. So 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 again, muscles burn more calories than fat. Is great to exercise, strength exercise, and yeah, I mean, I'm more of a I don't overly lift. I would probably prefer lifting more than cardio, but it is extremely important to add that balance, right? Balanced meals, balanced exercises. Continue doing cardio because that strengthens the heart, get that blood flowing, get that blood pumping. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I gotta do sprints, oh, I gotta go on a run, or you can ride a bike, you can ride a recumbent bike, you can go on walks. It's that simple. You can go up and down your stairs if you have steps in your house. It's very simple. It's just get moving. You have to move the body. You have to move the body, y'all. So yes, that is our fun fact of the day. I hope you enjoyed. Now let's get it going by shouting out some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like the Dapper Luke Collection, our good friends, Dapper Luke Haskett, better known as Dapper Luke, the amazing fashion icon, I call him, custom clothier. Attention, gentlemen, it's time to elevate your wardrobe. At the Dapper Luke Collection, they believe style isn't just about clothes, it's about making a statement. From tailored suits that fit like a dream to casual essentials that define effortless sophistication, Dapper Luke Collections has it all. Weddings, interviews, or a night out on the town, they've got you covered. Do me a favor, go ahead and visit dapperlukecollection.com today, because your first impression matters. Styles yours with them. Let me tell you something. The Dapper Luke Collection is an awesome clothing brand. They have amazing threads. They benefit men and women. And he's created so many pieces for me. He's created my wedding tux. Okay. He is a veteran, minority-owned business, and an awesome individual. He has 2 locations, so you don't have to go online to Dapper Luke Collection. You can go online and check him out prior. So dapperlukecollection.com, or follow him at the Dapper Luke Collection, available on all social media platforms. But you can also visit him at his store locations. He has one located in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Dapper Luke Collection. If you happen to be in the Hampton Roads area, or in that side of Virginia, go ahead and check him out there. Or if you happen to be in Maryland, he has a location also in Baltimore, Maryland. So two store locations in different states. But hey, check him out online. Get in contact with him. He's an awesome dude. Awesome brand. We want to thank him for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. All right, my friends. Well, look, let's get it going. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Welcome back. Look, I want to do a quick Black Excellence report. I love doing these, by the way. I kind of started them new just to showcase individuals doing great stuff that are, members of the Black community, because I feel as though we live in a world and we have an administration that's trying to take away Black excellence, in my opinion. He's very, well, there's more than just one person, but they're very jealous of the success of Black individuals, men and women. And so I want to continue to, shout out the Black excellence that we have happening within our community. On today's Black Report, I want to shout out an individual, Larry Vickers. So for those who are unfamiliar who Larry Vickers is a collegiate women's basketball coach. For about 10 years, he was at the helm of Norfolk State University's women's basketball program, leading the women's basketball team there. And so, being that I'm a Hampton Roads guy, all my family are graduates from Norfolk State University. Behold the green and gold. And and I mean literally everybody in my family. I'm probably the only one that didn't graduate from a Norfolk State, but I did take a summer class there. I took one class. I had my student ID, so they mean a lot to me. And I've done work. They're one of our partners with our foundation, and everything is just perfect through with the relationship between NSU and myself. But Norfolk State University, their head coach Larry Vickers just announced that he'll be departing from the university to move on, and he was recently announced as the women's basketball head coach for Auburn University. So again, I want to shout out Larry Vickers, because if I can real quick, let me pull it up here, give you his resume, his stats from his time at Norfolk State. Let's see here. There we go. So Larry, 177 career wins, 4 MEAC regular season titles, 3 MEAC tournament championships, ranked number 4 in the mid-major ranking, .702 in the MEAC winning percentage, and then 3 MEAC Coach of the Year awards. Do you hear me? I'll read you a little bit. I just went on the Auburn Tigers page. Larry Vickers named Auburn women's head basketball coach. It says here he spent the past decade at Norfolk State University leading the women's program to an unprecedented heights, including 3 consecutive conference championships, as I mentioned, in NCAA tournament appearances. Has been named Auburn's next women's basketball coach. An 18-year coaching veteran. He spent 8 years as a men's assistant and associate head coach for the Spartans. Since he took over the program, he has achieved the most successful run in its Division I era, posting, again, 177 wins with 99 losses as his record, including 83-18 mark over the last 3 seasons. Very, very successful, my friends. Anything I would love to add? Let me read you a quote from this. He said, throughout the search process, one name consists. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Cohen. That was the AD. Let me actually read with if I have any quote from Okay, well, his quote said, "I want to thank the President Roberts, John Cohen, and the entire search committee for this incredible opportunity to lead the Auburn women's basketball program. Auburn is a great institution and one of the best athletic programs in the country. I am excited to get to work and help bring championship level success to our women's basketball program, War Eagle." Again, I think in his last season, he led the Norfolk State to then Division One program best 27-6 record in its second consecutive MEAC tournament championship. NSU advanced to the NCAA tournament for the third time in the school history. Went 13-1 in MEAC play, winning the conference regular title as well. I just want to again. Thank you to Larry Vickers. Please look up the name. He is a very humble individual. I had the opportunity to meet him on a couple occasions. One was just at a Jason's Deli or Moe's, one of the two. Humble as can be. I mean, he's a tower. he's a tower, by the way. But humble as can be, great dude, and you just want to always you love to see the success of people that come out of your community. And I guarantee you, man, he's gonna have a great season with Auburn. It wouldn't surprise me if he brings some of his players from NSU to Auburn. We will see, but I just want to again shout him out for our Black Excellence Report, because he did change the program at NSU. Behold the green and gold. All right, let's move on to our next story. Staying in the local news. Chesapeake a while back had announced that it was going to bring an overnight homeless shelter to the city, and I'm bringing this up, guys, because I feel as though that this is something that can really benefit not just like Chesapeake, but this could be relatable to a lot of states in their local cities, because homelessness runs rampant around the United States, right? Obviously there's might be more than others, because we always speak about, like, California homeless rate. For one, it's expensive as hell to live in the state of California, as well as, like, New York City's big top tier New York cities. But this article right here, reported by the Virginia Pilot, says that Chesapeake approves an immediate operation of overnight homeless shelter. And it's interesting the fact that I'm reading about this, y'all, because I literally on my way here encountered I want to say encountered, but drove past a gentleman who was homeless, and it was extremely sad because he was there was a white gentleman laying on the grass, pants down. I don't know if he might have pooped himself or something, but he was just laying down, it was a sad sight. And I saw officers walking up, was getting ready to walk up to him to see what was going on. But it's sad that exists within our community, and really just in our world, man. There's folks that hit hard times, and a number of them are veterans. Some of them are people that had high paying jobs at the time, and then a recession hit or something, life hits. It's sad, and it's important that we all not just be humble, but be grateful, but also be cheerful givers. I'm not saying give all your money. I'm saying anything you can, because it doesn't have to always be a monetary donation. You could literally stop by and say, hey, look, here's a sub, here's a couple subs, here's some food. Here, you're thirsty, here's some drink, here's a blanket. I mean, there's other ways to give. Now, the sad part is we do have, and I'm not saying it's a large number, but you do have individuals that like to take advantage and like to scam people. And I think that's why a lot of folks can be hesitant to being givers to folks in the homeless. And I know sometimes I always have to correct myself, because I'm like, well, you're saying here anything will help, and then if I drive by certain businesses or fast food chains and this and that, they're always, because there's so many businesses saying help needed, work needed, we need it. And I'm like, well, why? How can are you getting in contact with some of these folks? And it's again, I don't know how the process works. Sometimes they require a address, a home address, or you have to have a vehicle, or if some of the homeless folks might have not issues, but they might struggle with mental illnesses. So again, it's just it's sad because they shouldn't be just wandering uh around in the streets, and just, there should be more opportunities within the city to provide some form of shelters for folks in the in homeless individuals. Let's see here. I want to speak a little more. When I read about this, um says here, I know we have the union mission. I am uh trying to read more contents about um this overnight homeless shelter. Hmm. So I say it, don't spray it, Arrington. My goodness. Okay. Well, you know what? It's taking a minute because I don't know why my iPad literally just paused on me right now. I might need to upgrade my iPad because it was clicking in and out on. Right, here we go. How much? All right. So each that's still not gonna give me what I want. Well, y'all, let me give you my thoughts on this because I happen to live in the city of Chesapeake. Chesapeake is, I will say, out of the 7 cities in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area, Chesapeake is one of the, I'll say second or one of the most expensive cities to live in. Right? There's affordable housing is very difficult to find in the city of Chesapeake. A lot of folks that might work in Chesapeake, they're like, look, I can't afford to live here, so let me move in other cities within the Hampton Roads area. So I bring up this story because I'm catching, a number of homeless people in the streets. Sometimes they're familiar faces that I've seen before. And sometimes, they go from one person to a husband and wife to a family. And it's like, wow, where is the opportunities? Where's the homes? Where are the opportunities for them to get off the streets? And so it's still a work in progress. I've had conversations with some of the elected officials on our city council. They're working on, like as I mentioned, the affordable housing, but I bring up this, y'all, because we continue to say, hey, look, we're struggling financially because the economy this, the economy that. Look, I understand certain prices are going up. With the whole terrorist issues that's happening with under this administration, which again has been showing effects on the residents and voters and American citizens. But you have to understand too, you might be going through something, but it's always somebody worse going through something. If you're catching my drift. So at the end of the day, be a cheerful giver. Check out, look up some local organizations that give back to the homeless. And hopefully, this can help spread not just within the state of Virginia, but within your state, because we happen to have listeners from all over the world, all over the nation. And so let me know. Let me know what are some of your, shout us out. Shout out the Arrington Gavin show. You can also, make a post and then put a, hashtag the Arrington Gavin show. And so we can, so we can find out, hey, what other organizations do you happen to, do you do any nonprofit work or community service work? We want to know. We want to know. So that's my 2 cents I wanted to bring up with that. But let me move it on. Let me move it on to another story I thought was pretty interesting. So for those who are unfamiliar with Magic City, does that sound familiar? Does Magic City sound familiar to you guys? Magic City is a very known, very popular Atlanta strip club that has been considered the Black Studio 54. It's been mentioned countless of times in music videos, maybe even featured on music videos. I mean, Magic City this, Magic City that. And so I was reading about this recent story that Magic City will be having a docuseries coming up soon that is that has been acquired from Starz. Starz is the same network that acquired 50 Cent's show Power. Okay. And it's now saying, look, we need to talk about this iconic strip club. Now, I get it. Some of y'all probably like clenching your purse, like, oh, a strip club. Oh my goodness, the devil's place. Oh my goodness. I can never. I'll be honest, I've never been to a strip club. Have I wanted to? I'm a guy. Of course I have. But I've never been to a strip club. I've been to bars that you might as well can consider a strip club, depending on as far as what the waitresses that would wear. But I've never been to one. Maybe because I'm too cheap. I'm too cheap to go to strip club. I'll be the one to be, poking the strippers eye out with my quarters in cents. I'll be like, look, I got to roll quarters. It's about $25 right here. That's the most I can do. Cause see, these people be coming in with the cash money. You know what I'm saying? They be coming in with cash money, especially these celebrities and hip hop stars, man. Because they come in with, like, I remember seeing one time. I think it might have been Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Money Mayweather. That man came in with stacks, not knots, stacks of cash. I'm just like, look, toss it over here. Shoot, give me. Look, you throw it in the air. I'm over here getting like a I don't know, vacuum sucking it all up in the air. But let me go ahead and read you this article reported by Deadline.com. It says here, Starz acquires docuseries about Atlanta strip club Magic City, known as I mentioned before, Black Studio 54, and its influence on the hip hop community. Says here that Starz has picked up a 5-part docuseries, Magic City, an American fantasy, about the Atlanta strip club known as Black Studio 54 and its longtime influence within the hip hop community. Their series, created and executive produced by Cole Brown, is slated to debut this summer. Drake's Dream Crew Entertainment, Jermaine Dupri, Jamie Kurtz, majority owners of the Atlanta Hawks, showrunner Brian Junham, Devin Amir, as well as Alex Kaplan, also serve as executive producers on the project that originally premiered at last year's SW Festival, Scheme Engine, a BIPOC owned studio focusing on women and minority representation, produced alongside Ashley Brooke and Marlo Blue. Now, this is directed by Charles Todd, and this tells us the full tale of the story, club rise to global prominence, and how it became the definitive kingmaker in the hip hop community, catering to high profile celebrities such as 2 Chainz, Nelly, Shaquille O'Neal, Quavo, Killer Mike, Big Boy, and others, as well as artists, dancers, and behind the scene players who ensure its iconic status. The series offers an exclusive look into the enigmatic founder, Michael Mr. Magic Barney, and the lives of many women responsible for building the club's mystique. Magic City, an American fantasy, is riveting, says. Behind the curtain look at one of the most unique places in Black culture, said Catherine Busby, president of the original programming at Starz. The docuseries, unprecedented insider access and history unveiled from those who build the empire, is a perfect complement to Starz slate of adult culture driving shows. Now, I think this would be I think it's going to be a game changer. I think it's going to be an award-winning docuseries because it is. Don't judge a book by its cover. You look at this like, oh, it's a bunch of hoes just getting naked for money. No, there's stories behind this. You learn business, you learn entrepreneurship. How many times have you heard, some of the world's most successful rappers saying, look, in order for me to invest and make money on this album, on this record, and pay for this and that and the other, this is what I had to do this. This is what everybody had a pass to help build up the funds to get their career where it's at now. Look, JC used to sell. Cardi B used to be a stripper. Uh, Sexy Red. I mean, that the list goes on and on for folks that was in the game doing stuff that probably people would judge, but at the end of the day, look what it led them to do. Look, that startup money helped them. That was providing the funds for their dream, and now they're on top of the world. Okay, so I think this would be a great series. Looking forward to it. Hearing about the story. I've always loved, docu series. I've always loved hearing rich history behind certain iconic things. I think the last excuse me, docu series that I watched that was very successful was on, what was it? Oh gosh, was it Chalk? No, what was it? Damn it, something Tuesdays. Um, it was a comedy one. Oh my gosh, man, hold on. I'm having a brain fart. Having a brain fart. Having a brain fart. Uh, uh, uh. mm, what was the Oh my goodness, comedy. Was it was it Chocolate Sundays? No, it's not Chocolate Sundays. Um, wow, I'm very upset right now that I am having a brain fart. Whoa. I cannot remember it. Damn. Well, it was a series talking about comedians. It was a variety of comedians that got their start on at the comedy store. And it was a mm, it's gonna I don't even remember the Guy Tori. Guy Tori was behind Fat Tuesdays. Jeez Louise, Arrington. Fat Tuesdays. That was the last show. The last docuseries that I saw that was pretty dope. So again, I'm looking forward to this. We, again, more within the rich history, in pop culture, not just, the African American culture, but this is a pop culture phenomenon. I mean, Magic City. I've heard Magic City so many times. I'm like, well, I've never been there. Have you ever there? So yeah, so they're working on a docuseries. So we will be tuning into that and we'll give you your feedback once it's aired. Obviously, I'll give my take on it, give my grade, and we'll follow back up with you all later on. So let me do this. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We have a lot more show for you. Do not go anywhere. You are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, that's that new Goldverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing Goatverse TV.
Goatverse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
In Goats, we trust. What's going on, family? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, man, I got a bone to pick with the individual by the name of Robert Griffin III. Robert Griffin III, RG3. RG3, my friends, has, how can I put this? He's been an interesting individual as a personality. I'm not gonna lie, he was a hell of an athlete. Came Heisman Trophy winner. Didn't have the NFL career like people expected, but again, great athlete. But he always had this corniness to me. He's always had this corniness to me, and I hate to be like, why are you talking about this man? I'm sorry, but he's always had this like corniness to me. And so when he became a like an analyst, sports analyst, he went on to share more of his personality, right? Interesting opinion on certain thoughts as far as in the his take on in football and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, whatever. And he was on ESPN for I don't know, maybe a few, I don't even know if it was a few years, maybe 4 years possibly, was let go, has been bouncing to other, networks. I think he started his own podcast, something like that. And so yeah, so you're trying to, he's really not doing, too much. Still a very busy guy, again, former NFL star. But he has been receiving some backlash recently because he shared his thoughts of a analyst that was giving her take about the Jackie Robinson's name being taken away off the, I think, Department of Defense website. Jackie Robinson, who also served the military, but he's known as a civil rights legend as well as Major League Baseball legend as well. So let me find here. Okay, so RG3, RG3, I'm trying to see when did he. Okay, so he made this post because on a program, on a sports program, I'm forgetting the name of that sports program, but the young lady had spoke about the Jackie Robinson issue, and it has since then his name has been brought back on the website because everybody's doing what the new administration is doing, this whole taking away of DEI, and they're like, okay, was this guy on here for, is this a part of the DEI thing? If not, we just got to take it off. And it was BS because they were like, oh, it was a simple mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. You literally said, okay, anybody black? Oh, let's take them off. That's how, in my opinion, how it looked. But RG3 had told it saying sports shows on TV should be about sports, not politics. Now, once again, genius. I've mentioned this many a times. Politics is everywhere. It does, just because you don't probably say, speak the word politics. Just because you don't speak the word politics. Wait, actually, hold on real quick. Oh no, never mind. I was receiving a call. Just because you don't speak politics, right? You might not, use certain terminology. Everything is still is involved in politics, right? Everything, politics is a part of everything. People need to stop being scared to run. Please don't get political. Please don't. No, because it's very much so. Politics is in everything. So what had happened was Mina Kim's mentioned the situation on air, as well as ESPN Stephen A. Smith, who recently has signed a new contract to stay on ESPN. He's the face of the sports debate show First Take, which allows him to still speak freely politics. He has his own platform. So does Mina Kim's. He said, as I mentioned, and I repeat, sports shows on TV should be about sports and not politics. That's to me like saying, can't we all just be Americans? Why do we have to bring in race and stuff? We're all Americans here, right? Stop trying to cover up the issue, RG3, please. Because to say that after literally the lady was talking about Jackie Robinson, who might I say, oh yeah, he was a pro baseball player. Isn't baseball a sport? Isn't baseball a sport? Sports shows, they speak on everything. Look, if an athlete was arrested, guess what? On ESPN Sports Center, they will talk about it. If an athlete's doing charitable work, guess what? They're going to talk about it. Any stories that involves a professional athlete is shared on a sports show. But see, you wouldn't know that. That's probably why you got fired. You didn't know too much. You didn't know. you thought you were way over your head. You thought you knew everything. And guess what? They let you go because you did not capitalize on And I was surprised, man. I was rooting for you. I'm like, no, RG3, he's making a name for himself outside the career. You know, he has his own swagger, this and that and the other. He is a face. He's a well-known face. It's great to have well-known figures in the media space. So why would he let go? But for some stuff like that, give me a break, man. Give me a break. How disrespectful is that to say, can we not talk about politics, please? Can we just talk about sports? This is the sports show. Fool, he was an athlete, he was a professional athlete, and a legend, a baseball legend. Okay, so please spare me the whole this is a sports show. Kid, that really just, it was disgusting. To read more about explain more, about Jackie Robinson. His legacy emerged as the forefront of national conversation after the Department of Defense, as I mentioned, temporarily removed its webpage honoring the baseball legend and Army vet. The move came amid DOG Secretary Pete Hegseth efforts to scrub the department's website of any content signaling out the contributions of minority groups and women. Once again, this is a piss poor job done by the administration, especially Pete Hegseth, because the DOD is led by Pete Hegseth, somebody that doesn't know a damn thing about that position. And he was just there because he's been, the ultimate butt kisser, in my opinion, to an individual in office. And so literally saying, oh, we're just going to do this whole scrub. Just scrub everybody of color, scrub every minority. Oh, Jackie Robinson. Oh, darn it. That was my mistake. No, you know what you were doing. You just said that people gonna be realized or pointed out. Though Robinson's webpage was later restored, several sports personalities, like as I mentioned, Stephen A. Smith called out the Pentagon for attempting to remove Black history following Trump's executive order of banning diversity, equity, inclusion, which that's what they're doing. They're entering not just Black history, but minorities. They're literally putting an end and making it harder for minorities. Because the stupid thing is, DEI, guess who benefits the most? Women of color, and white women. It benefits all people. Veterans. It benefits veterans. It doesn't just benefit Black people. But I'm going off the rails. This article right here, reported by Media, says here, stupidest human being alive. Says here, ex-NFL QB RG3 under fire, obviously, for claiming Robinson's breaking color barrier wasn't political. Excuse me. I mentioned, let me see here. Due to the timing of the tweet, many thought it was in reference to Robinson's situation. In follow-up tweet, Griffin clarified that it wasn't about the baseball great. He then went on to list several other Black athletes and claimed that their achievements made in spite of racial discrimination at the time weren't political. In my opinion, he was trying so hard to save his ass, but look, RG3 is trying so hard to be relevant too. And look, it's working. I'm talking about him. But as you know, hey, if you do something good, I'll talk about it. If you do something bad, I'm gonna talk about it. If I think you're wrong, I'm gonna talk about it. Oh, and I'm looking at my time too. Time flies when you're having fun. Griffin quoted, breaking the color barrier in baseball in itself is not political. Breaking the color barrier in baseball it just keeps on getting better and better. So in order for him to break a color barrier, how do we get there, RG3? How do we initially get there for him to break the color barrier? Because there are laws, there are policies that provide opportunities for these men to so they wouldn't be quote unquote breaking a color barrier. Because you had the Negro League, you had Major League, which was at the time all white, and the Negro League was of a variety of professional baseball players, all men of color, all Black men. Do you know how much hell Jackie Robinson had to go through by breaking that color barrier throughout his career, not just one season, throughout his damn career. Yes, that is political because there's policies in place that can help prevent issues like that from occurring. So to say that's not political is extremely hilarious. It's hilarious in my opinion because RG3 comes across as this highly educated individual. Now I would say, well, let me not. I'll keep that. I'll keep that for the comment section because a lot of folks kind of went after him saying, "Oh, this is no shocker coming from RG3 because he has a taste in who he loves to who he loves to side with it in the cages." And I mean, hey, we have those folks that just wants to be the ultimate person to always be invited to those gatherings. That one single person, they want to be the token. Let's see here. Jesse Owens, he mentioned Jesse Owens winning 4 gold medals in itself was not political. How do you base? Okay, sir, you're talking about a athletic achievement, which I will say the Olympics is political because you're representing your countries. You have your legislatives, you have your elected officials that come to appear because you want to build great relationships. Because guess what? If the U.S. and one country is not having a relationship between the two, guess what? Certain things can occur. So I will say Olympics does get political, but he's saying, oh well, him winning 4 gold medals, that's not political. But was John Carlos and the rest of the men holding the black fist, was that political? Because that happened in sports. Jack Johnson becoming the first black boxer heavyweight champ in itself was not political. Ooh, they all had political ramifications. They all challenged the status quo of racial barriers to fair play. Race relations, and civil rights. That should always be acknowledged and never forgotten. They shouldn't be used as an excuse to push political agendas on sports shows, on national television to an audience that consumes sports content. RG3, what agenda was Stephen A. Smith or Mina Kim's? What were they pushing? They weren't pushing anybody. They brought up the story, they shared their opinion on it, and then they moved on. There was no agenda being pushed. See, that's a very partisan thing to bring up, right? Because everybody will always say, "Oh, you're just pushing this narrative. You're pushing that." No, don't try and twist their words. They spoke about how frustrated they are with their name being off because this whole DEI crap of them, moving it away or taking away diversity, equity, inclusion. There should not have been a mistake. If you're making little mistakes like that, then somebody needs to be let go. All right, somebody needs to, y'all need to do better up there in the DOD. One guy again responded, breaking the color barrier was not political, huh? Yep. Jamel Hill. Sometimes I don't always agree with Jamel Hill, but this is what she had to say. She said, with all due respect, this doesn't make any sense. Breaking the color barrier in baseball in itself wasn't political. Segregation was a law, making it political. Thank you, Jamel. It feels like you're working way too hard to prove something here. And he was, because he has so much time on his hands. He has so much time on his hand because he's unemployed. He's trying to be relevant. He's trying so hard to build an audience, I guess, for his podcast. He's trying so hard to say, hey, look, get me on here. Sooner or later, he might get a job for like Fox or something, Fox News or or Newsmax. Trust him, Outkick probably will be asking for him because they're a conservative-based sports entity owned by Clay Travis. Another gentleman said, why was the color barrier in place? If Johnny has 2 apples, man, I'm telling you, he dug himself a bigger hole, in my opinion. I wouldn't go this far, but some guy said you are the stupidest human being alive. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say that, RG3. I still, I have respect for you, sir. You've been you accomplished so much in your career in the sports world. You've done great as an analyst. I'm sharing my opinion. Don't ever take this personal what I'm saying, but I'm saying this because of your opinion, I think was trash. I think your reason behind that was trash. Your explanation and bringing up this, it was garbage. It was an awful example to bring up. Didn't make any sense. So I hope you rethink this. And I hope that, I hope that you rethink your comments and speak about it on your show. Maybe have some guests on the opposing end, to share why this is why you're receiving this kind of backlash. But it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Breaking a color barrier is not political. I might need to put that on a t-shirt because that is the funniest thing I done heard all day. Breaking a color barrier is not political. Is that political? That ain't political. My goodness. What is this world coming into, y'all? All right, I got less than 10 minutes. Let me see. Excuse me. What do I have next to share? Let me see here. Let me. I'm gonna look at what time. Let me go ahead and share this story right here. As I digress from that last one. So, Seventh Heaven actor or alum Stephen Collins. Does that name sound familiar to you guys? I personally, I never watched the show, never wanted to. It looked very boring. But the actor, I guess he played the father on this show, Seventh Heaven. He's making headlines yet again because a while back he was charged. There was a child sex scandal that occurred. So this is reported by People magazine, and I'm going to try and brush you this a bit fast. I hate to kind of speed through a story, but it says here that the actor is reportedly dating a Seventh Heaven super fan. All right, now the headline of this article is this report by People magazine. Seventh Heaven alum Stephen Collins is dating someone 40 years younger than him after child sex scandal. So if y'all can't recall, in 2012, Collins made headlines for an inappropriate sexual conduct with 3 female minors between the years of 1973 and 1994. Apparently, rumor has it that he's dating a super fan who is 40 years his junior. Now, here in this article, it says that he's 66 years old. Now, I looked it up, and Wikipedia has him at 77 years old. So I don't know which one is more accurate. But it says here that the former actor's whereabouts since he left Hollywood after his child sex abuse scandal made headlines. Made headlines in 2012. Stephen Collins now lives with a woman who is 40 years his younger than him. Media personality Dr. Drew reveals in a special per US Weekly, says she was a super fan. The age difference, given what we know about his history, certainly raises eyebrows. As he continues, let's hope he can commit to this woman and not perpetrate on others. The actor does not make an appearance in the documentary special, and producers revealed they reached out to more than 100 of Collins' contacts, but nearly everyone declined to participate or did not respond. Now, in a voiceover, one actor claimed that only men agreed to share their experience with the disgraced actor. Now, in 2019, Daily Mail reported that Collins and Nagel got married in a small town in Iowa where the two were living. At the time, the outlet also claimed that the two attended daily meditation sessions. And the creepy thing is, on Seventh Heaven, I think the gentleman played a pastor in this film. So it's all, you gotta be careful with these pastors sometimes. In 2012, he came under fire for inappropriate conduct with 3 female minors between the years of 1973 and 1994. After TMZ obtained a recording of him speaking about his participation in child molestation, he later gave a lengthy statement to People magazine 2 years after the scandal went public, detailing the abuse and apologizing for his behavior. I'm not going to read the most of it, but yes, he is divorced. He says other regarding I displayed events that took place 20, 32, 40 years ago. Yada, yada. Yeah, he played Reverend Eric Camden for 11 seasons on Seventh Heaven. Continued the publication of the recording. So here's my let me put my 2 cents in, because I'm not going to read this whole article, but looks like this documentary is probably already available on Max, called Hollywood Demons. And I'll say it like this. Now, I've been binge watching Law and Order SVU. This is some sick mess right here. Okay? This is disgusting. 66, 77, 40 years your age is gross. I'm sorry. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care about all that. Well, what about love? What about bump that? If my wife is maybe like about 2 years younger than me. I'm 30. If I was single, I think at 30, I would say the youngest age would be 25. If I'm 40, the youngest age will be 28, 29, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, the numbers, there's 10 years apart is extreme not extreme, but 10 years apart, 12 years, 15 years, 20 years, 40 years is effing insane. 40 years is disgusting. All right. Especially if you're a man that has already had issues with, had a past of messing around with minors. That's disgusting. See, this is that brainwashing stuff, and people need to really call it out. It's disgusting. It's horrible. A super fan is somebody that is simply like a stalker that will do everything that you ask for him, and that's like he's playing this master leader role, and he loves it because he's like, hey, she's a super fan. She probably, when she was a kid, she was drooling over the I mean, come on now, that's some nasty stuff. So, but what's your take, y'all? I think the main question is, when it comes to dating, what's the age gap that you will go? Please leave us a comment. If you're watching this video on YouTube or Rumble, or leave us a comment wherever podcast platform you're tuning through this. What is the youngest? Or what's the largest age gap that you would deal with, and what has been the largest age gap that you've probably dated in the past? I want to know. I want to have these conversations with you all. Yeah, that's I don't want to. Yeah, that's disgusting. And this is what's funny? A lot of these old shows, you would think you'd be like, okay, this makes me want to watch Seventh Heaven. I ain't never want to watch Seventh Heaven. It was one of the most boring shows that I've ever seen. Whenever I saw commercials about it and stuff, it looked so just boring. No. Y'all, I'm looking at my time. As always, thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to share this program, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't, or if you happen to be more of a Rumble user, you can subscribe to us through there. Give us 5 stars, whatever podcast platform that you're listening on. Download the GoatVerse TV app today. GoatVerse TV app right now. Download it. Share with a friend. It's free. App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, Amazon Fire. I truly appreciate it, my friends. Until next time, y'all take care. Peace and bless. I have a lot more great stuff coming forth for you. Look, before you know it, we will have episode 300 will be happening very soon. Can't believe we're almost on episode 300, but I couldn't do it without you all. So y'all take care. God bless. I will see you next time for another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm out.